the physics classroom. Today we are going to discuss about a new topic. Firstly, I will show you a video.
A long time ago, there was an ancient Greek king named Hieron. As kings often do, he ordered his goldsmith to make a golden crown. The goldsmith created one, but the king had his doubts about the purity of the gold that had been used. To confirm his suspicions, he sought the help of a local scientist and inventor, and tasked him with verifying whether the crown was pure gold. The scientist obviously couldn't perform scientific experiments on the crown as though it were any other object. It was an extremely valuable ornament, and one to which the king was personally attached. Clearly, this wasn't going to be an easy problem to solve. Mulling over this problematic situation, the scientist stepped into a bathtub for a good think. At that point, with his mind buzzing, he made a critical observation. He noticed that water spilled over the edge of the bathtub as he got in, and that the more his body sunk into the water, the more water was displaced. Realizing that he had just found a solution to his crown problem, he leapt out of the bathtub and dashed through the streets of Syracuse, shouting, "Eureka! Eureka!" which in Greek means, "I have it." This scientist's name was Archimedes, and the discovery he made while sitting in that bathtub is known as Archimedes' principle. More specifically, the Archimedes principle states that if an object is submerged in a fluid, then the buoyant force acting on it is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by that object. But wait a minute, what does buoyant force really mean?
You all seen this video, right? Then today we are going to discuss about the buoyant force. We are going to discuss about buoyant force. Then, what is buoyant force? Then, in this video, you can see that a ball is pushing into water. Then we can see that the ball is moving upwards, right? Then this upward force is known as the buoyant force. Okay. Then what is buoyant force? Buoyant force is that when an object is fully or partially immersed in a liquid, then the liquid exerts an upward force on this object, and this upward force is known as the buoyant force. Okay. Then we can discuss about the factors that affecting the buoyant force. And what are the factors affecting the buoyant force? Here there is two glasses filled with water. One is filled with fresh water and the other is filled with the salt water. Then putting an egg in both the glasses, then we can see that the egg which is in the salt water is floating and the egg which is in the fresh water is sinking. Then what is the reason for this difference? And also, which factor affect the buoyant force here? Density of the liquid is one factor that affecting the buoyant force. Then here we can see that there is salt water and fresh water. The density of the salt water is more than that of the density of the fresh water. So as the density increases, the buoyant force also increases. The next factor that affects the buoyant force is the volume of the object immersed in a liquid. This was the second factor that affecting the buoyant force. The first factor is the density of the liquid, and the second one is the volume of the object that immersed in a liquid. Then look into this video.
See here, when we drop a metal rod into the water, it will sink and the water level in the beaker will rise. The volume of the water in the beaker raised is equal to the volume of the object immersed. Suppose instead of metal rod, an iceberg is dropped into water. It floats and the volume of water rises. Here, the volume of water raised is equal to the volume of iceberg submerged in water. Hence, we can say the magnitude of the buoyant force depends on the volume of the object immersed in the liquid.
Well, we discussed about the two factors that affect the buoyant force. Then explain the situation that given in this figure. Okay, on the basis of the buoyant force, you must explain what is the reason behind this situation. Here in this picture, you can say that the ship floats on the water. A ship floats due to the buoyancy. The upward force exerted by a fluid, here it is the water, on an immersed object, which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. A ship floats because it displaces enough water to create a buoyant force. In this video, we discuss about the buoyant force. Then we discussed the factors that affecting the buoyant force. Then what are the factors? What are the two factors that affect the buoyant force? First one is the density of the liquid, and the second one is the volume of the object immersed in a liquid. Here in this picture, we can say that a man is floating on the Dead Sea. That is, the salt water has a high density, makes it significantly denser than human body, then creating a strong buoyant force that pushes this man upward. That is why he is floating on this Dead Sea. Students, let me conclude. In today's video, we discuss about the buoyant force and the factors that are affecting the buoyant force. And what is buoyant force? Buoyant force is that when an object is fully or partially immersed in a liquid, the liquid exerts an upward force on the object, and this upward force is known as the buoyant force. Then what are the two factors that are affecting the buoyant force? The first factor is the density of the liquid, and the second factor is the volume of the object that is immersed in the liquid. That's all about today's video. Thank you.